Welcome to Mindful Steps. I am so glad you're here. Whether you're walking a trail, pacing your backyard, or just taking a moment to breathe. Since this is our first walk together, let's go over a few basics so you know what to expect. Throughout this practice, we'll pause a few times to explore simple yoga poses and mindful movement. I'll give you a 15 to 30 second heads up before each break so you can find a safe place to stop. And if you need more time, feel free to pause the podcast until you're ready. If you're modifying poses or want extra support, keep an eye out for a sturdy tree, bench, rock, or fence, anything that feels stable and nearby. A few quick reminders before we get started. Keep an eye on your surroundings. Watch out for uneven ground, traffic, other walkers, a coyote who clearly didn't read the stay on trail memo. You know the drill. If you're using headphones, bone-conducting ones are great so you can still hear what's going on around you. Or just pop one earbud out. Only do what feels right for you. Skip any movements that don't sit well. No judgment. This is your time, your pace. I'm here to guide, not prescribe. So if you have any health concerns, check in with a pro before trying new movement. Okay, let's take a deep breath together and start walking. Welcome, beautiful butterflies. You've arrived at the beginning of a journey, one of breath, movement, myth, and transformation. As late summer leans toward fall, we walk alongside the monarch butterfly. Born in this season, the super generation lives not for weeks, like their parents, but for months. They migrate thousands of miles to the sacred forests of Mexico, carrying the memory of their ancestors in their wings. Today we begin our own migration, a journey of becoming, a long flight home. We're going to start with a pranayama called Ujjayi breathing, or the victorious breath. Inhale through your nose, gently constricting the back of your throat, and exhale the same way, creating a soft oceanic sound. Inhale as if breathing through a straw, and exhale slowly and softly. As we walk, let's take 5 slow cycles together now. Like wings rising and falling, breath builds heat, focus, and calm. It carries us forward and inward. In about 30 seconds, we'll come to our first stop. All right, let's pause here. Find a steady place to stand. Our first stop, we're going to do a standing figure 4. A note though, if you need support for this pose, you can always sit on a bench or hold onto a tree. So find your balance on your right leg, grounding down through all 4 points of the feet. And gently pull your left leg up, crossing the ankle over the thigh. We're going to sink into that right leg now, kicking your bum back behind you, sinking down as far as you can comfortably go. Make sure to keep your left toes engaged back towards the left knee to protect that knee joint. We're going to bring our hands together at heart. Again, flex your foot and breathe. Inhale and exhale. Slowly release. Notice the difference between both legs. Then ground down through that left leg, engaging through the foot, feeling roots growing down beneath you. Draw that right ankle up over the left thigh, engage through the right toes, flex your foot, and sink your hips down and back. If you need support, hold onto a tree or sit on a bench, cross the ankle over the thigh, and just lean your chest forward. Remember, balance is a dance. Transformation begins with meeting yourself right where you are. Inhale and exhale, release. Rise back up and continue on your walk. In Greek mythology, the word for butterfly and soul is the same, Psyche. Psyche was a mortal woman who endured trials, heartbreak, and descent, only to rise again transformed and immortal. She is often shown with butterfly wings. Like her, we walk through change, through shedding, through becoming. Transformation isn't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who we've always been. The long flight home is a return to our wings. In about 30 seconds, we'll come to our second stop, where we'll flow through humble warrior, flamingo, and horse pose. So watch for just a flat area. And coming to our second stop, getting ready to flow through the three poses here. We're going to step 1 foot forward and 1 foot back, turning the front foot out and the back foot at about a 45-degree angle. Then step your front foot slightly out so that you have a wider stance, allowing your hips to face fully forward. Sink your hips down, finding the front knee directly over the front ankle. We're going to add that chest expansion by gripping behind your lower back, either interlacing your fingers, holding onto your wrists, or holding onto your elbows. Draw your shoulder blades down your back, lift through your chest, and slowly lean your chest forward so that your shoulder comes towards your corresponding front thigh. Your hips will want to press over to the side. To feel the stretch in your outer hip, re-square them by rotating your back hip forward and your front hip back. If this feels too intense, you can always shorten your stance, or allow your fingertips to come to the ground for support. From humble warrior, bring your fingertips to the ground on the inside of your front foot. Keep your hips where they are, but walk your hands and upper body about 45 degrees to the side. Use your hands for leverage to traction your spine forward and deepen the stretch. You can always use a rock or a bench here under your hands for less intensity. Inhale, rise up, and we're going to come into horse pose. So stand with your legs out wide and both sets of toes pointing slightly out. Bend your knees and sit your hips back. Draw your palms together over your heart. Adding a little movement here to horse pose makes it a great exercise for flexible hips. Sway your hips side to side if it feels good. Let your hips move like wings in the wind. Transformation isn't rigid, it dances. Inhale and rise up, and then we'll turn to face the opposite foot, bringing that back foot down at a 45-degree angle and the front foot straight out. Finding humble warrior again. Step your front foot slightly to the side so you have a wider stance. Sink your hips down, finding the front knee directly over the front ankle. Interlace your fingers behind your back or hold onto your wrists or your elbows. Lift through the heart, drop the shoulder blades down the back and fold forward so that your shoulder comes towards your corresponding front thigh. And remember, those hips are going to want to change or shift, so re-square them by rotating your back hip forward and your front hip back. And remember all the modifications. From Humble Warrior, bring your fingertips to the ground on the inside of your front foot. Keep your hips where they are, but walk your hands and upper body out, again about 45 degrees to the side, and use your hands to traction your spine forward, or bring those hands to a bench or a tree. Inhale and rise up. And we'll come into horse pose one more time, turning both toes out wide, squaring the hips towards that wide edge, sinking the hips low, maybe swaying the hips side to side. You can also peel the heels off the ground here and engage the calf muscles, bringing the hands to heart center. Inhale, feel the energy flowing up. Gently encourage your knees to press open. Then allow the heels to come down, press through the legs to stand, and continue on your walk. Listen now. A bird call, a breeze, the crunch of leaves, monarchs navigating by the sun and magnetic fields. We navigate by presence. What is guiding you today? Each fall, monarchs arrive in Mexico during Dia de los Muertos. The Purépecha people believe they are the souls of ancestors returning home. Their arrival is a divine signal of reunion, remembrance, and love. Transformation is not just personal, it's ancestral. These butterfly steps we take are part of a lineage of becoming. In about 30 seconds, we'll come to our final stop. For this one, we may want a clear spot on the ground to sit, or a low bench or rock. Let's close with grounding and flight. Start with your feet a little bit wider than your hips, then bend at your hips, bringing your fingertips to the ground. Then bend your knees and drop your hips down to your heels if they can reach here comfortably. If they can't, you can always sit in a squat or sit on a bench. Lengthen your spine skyward. You can keep your fingertips on the ground or bring your hands together at heart center for garland pose, malasana. You can also sit on a log or a rock in this lower position. Breathe here. Feel the opening through the inner thighs and hips. Then gently release the hands, bring them to the ground behind you, and lower down, bringing the soles of the feet together and the knees wide for butterfly pose. You can try bringing the heels closer in for a deep groin stretch, or scooting them farther away for an outer hip stretch. Again, you can sit on a rock or a bench if needed, and just let your body soften here. For a moment, we're going to bring our hands to our ankles or our shins. Draw our shoulder blades down our back, lengthen the tailbone down, lift through the crown of the head, and then maybe flap your knees up and down like butterfly wings, finding a little movement gentle and soft here. And slowly, let your body soften, let your wings rest. The monarch's journey is long, mysterious, and sacred. So is ours. These butterfly steps we take through breath, movement, and myth are not just a path forward. They are a spiraling return, a migration back to the heart, back to the body, back to home. When you're ready, you can rise and continue on your final walk. As we begin to slow our steps and soften our breath, take a moment to notice what's shifted inside and around you. Maybe it was a stretch, a pause, a breath that landed just right. Or maybe it was simply the act of showing up. That's more than enough. Thank you for stepping into this journey with me. If you enjoyed this walk, be sure to follow Mindful Steps so you never miss an episode. We've got some beautiful practices coming up later this month, layered with story, movement, and a touch of seasonal magic. Until then, keep listening to your body, your breath, and the quiet wisdom beneath your feet. I'll meet you on the path again soon. Namaste.